So, welcome back to Bovington. Well, that's what this backdrop is, apparently. Is the Bovington Tank Museum, which if you ever get a chance to visit, it's in the UK, down in Dorset. It is an absolutely fabulous place to visit, and obviously it's Tank Fest for this weekend, as you can see, and Wargaming are sponsors of Tank Fest. And to celebrate, commemorate, whatever you want to call it, they've brought out, given the EU server a new premium. Now, the fact that Southeast Asia server has had this for ages is kind of irrelevant, but there is a new tank on the block, and that is the AC4 Experimental, well, you can see what it is the cousin of. It's the AC2, which was renowned for its rather large appendage, as you can in the middle of its turret, and the AC4 has one too. It's a bit stubby in comparison to the tank, shall we say? Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to get onto that. Other people get really fixated by it. So, AC4 Experimental. It is an Australian tank, specially built in Australia, basically because they were worried about shortfall of equipment and not getting anything from the UK during the war, so they built their own. The AC2 I didn't actually bother buying because it just looks utterly rubbish. This AC4 looked a little bit more interesting, so I have bought it. Before we get into things, let's have a look at the package you get. So there's three packages available for this. So the standard tank, which is what I've got there, comes with the tank, a garage slot, 100% trained crew, which is useful, 5 special emblems, and the special desert camouflage Australian desert camo, and that is £11.34 or €14.80, which is one way of buying it. Oh, I'm there. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a minute because the screen went a bit weird. The ultimate package is also available, so you get the tank, the garage, the crew, 100% trained crew, 5 emblems, which is exactly the same as before, the camo, which is exactly the same before. You get 4,350 gold and 20 times 100% crew experience packages, which seems a little expensive because it's virtually twice the price, £22.99 or just shy of €30. That seems a little high. My preference is as I bought, was the basic package. Now, the other interesting one you can buy both ACs in a Brothers in Arms pack, which gives you, it's the AC1 Sentinel, not AC2, sorry. Gives it all the Australian customization, camo and stickers and all that kind of stuff. 100% crew. You get the AC4 with the trained crew and emblems and camo and everything else. You get the 2 garage slots. You get 6,000 gold. You get 15 times 5 extra experience for victories, 15 times 5 crew experience, and 30 times 100% crew experience, which comes in at £30.65 or €39.99. Now, of those packages, if you only want the AC, then to me the AC4, the basic package seems fine. If you are interested in both, then actually the combined package doesn't look too bad at all. But AC1 just didn't look like it was worth it for me, so I didn't bother with that. So what do you get? You get a Tier 6 medium British tank. It's Australian, but it's in the British line, which means you get another crew trainer. And it's a shame, really, because we've already got the Cromwell B. And if anything, it would have been nice to have had a British premium TD to train the TD crew rather than a medium tank, because the Cromwell B is an outstanding trainer in my book. But whatever, this is what it is. And it's a kind of an interesting looking beastie. I've heard it compared with the Firefly, so let's do that. Let's have a look at the two side by side. So, the Firefly and they have, whoops, excuse me, get rid of that. We have shell damage is almost identical. In fact, it is identical because they both carry the 17-pounder gun, so that's identical. Rate of fire on the AC is slightly slower, 13.9 rounds per minute as opposed to 15.1 on the Firefly. Reload time of the gun is likewise slightly slower, 4.3 as opposed to 4 on the Firefly. Turret traverse speed is actually quicker on the AC4, 45.89 as opposed to 44.8. The gun depression on the AC is better, -10 to +20, whereas the Firefly is -6 to +20, and that's because the turret on the Firefly is so small. Aiming time is exactly the same, 2, because it's the same gun. Dispersion at 100 meters, 0.37 as opposed to 0.36, so marginally better with the Firefly, which means the DPM is slightly better with the Firefly. DPM on the AC4 is 2086 per minute. The Firefly gets 2269, so just shy, about 180 difference, which is maybe 1 shot per minute. So yeah, that's a little bit more. Armor wise, the Sentinel has slightly better armor, so it has 65, 45, 45 as opposed to the Firefly where it has 50, 38, 38. The turret armor is 65, 65, 65, whereas the Firefly has a better frontal turret armor of 50. So even though the Firefly is not very good at going hull down, because that gun depression of -6 is not great, it's actually better armor wise on the front of the turret than the AC, which is interesting. Weight wise, the AC is considerably lighter. It's only 28 tons, whereas it's 33, nearly 34 tons with the Firefly. And but the engine power, conversely, is actually weaker. It's only 330 horsepower on the AC as opposed to 460 on the Firefly. So that means the top speed, I was going to say top speed, well, the power, so that doesn't make sense. So the tank is lighter but has a smaller engine, but has considerably higher speed. So in theory, the AC, it says, can do 60 miles an hour, 60 kph, and 20 in reverse, whereas the Firefly can only do 36 and 18. That's really, really interesting. Okay, traverse speed on the Firefly is better, 45 to 42, and the concealment values, well, they're pretty much the same. They're not great. View range is slightly better on the Firefly, 360 plays 378, and signal range, well, nobody cares about that, but the AC has worse signal range. So what you get here is a sort of poor man's Firefly in many ways, and you know, kind of that's in keeping with the way premiums work, or used to work. They are supposed to be slightly worse than the sort of standard equivalents. So yeah, I guess that's natural. So there you go. Let's have a quick look a bit more at the detail of. So the gun is exactly the same gun as you got the TOG, and you get the FV201, the AC. Oh, let's have a look at that. Yes. So I haven't got that. I have got that, but it's anyway, it doesn't matter. So it's the same gun as they have on the TOG, which is very interesting. Let's have a quick look at the. Oops. Sorry, it's early. Yeah, so it's exactly the same gun as you get on the TOG, so that's interesting. So it's a very, very good gun. If anybody's used the TOG, the beauty of the TOG is that gun. It's very high penetration, it's very rapid firing, and it's very good aim time. And so this gun is pretty much the same, which is rather interesting. So anyway, I think it does look a fascinating tank. It didn't seem to get as much attention as the AC1, mainly because of that we can't mention it in the middle of the turret, but this thing does actually look quite interesting. So let's see what it can do. I'll just kit it out. I've already put a gun rammer on it. I think looking at it, I'll probably put vents. What should we go with? Vents, definitely, to improve everything. Third one, should we go optics or should we go gun lane drive? It doesn't really need a gun lane drive, so maybe optics would be better. I tell you what, for the time being I'm going to put binos on it because I don't know how it's going to play out, so we'll see. But anyway, don't want to waste your time with this. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here we are on Erlenberg. It's a tier 6 game, which is nice. There's only 2 tier 6s each on our side. There's 3 on their side. Well, yeah, that's nice. Thank you, matchmaking. So I'm going to whiz along to. It's an encounter game as well, which is interesting. So I've got camo on. Does a camo only go on when? Okay, interesting. Very interesting. I thought the camo would be more noticeable. So we're going to come up here, hopefully get some early spots would be nice. Let the binos kick in. See if we can see anything. Oh, there's an AC down there. What the hell is he doing? Drowning himself. Is he going out to that island? That's a pretty odd thing to do. Never seen anyone do that before. Well, the accuracy of this gun is not fantastic. That's better. The Matilda down there, they're tricky propositions at the best of times. Not for this gun though, hopefully. So it looks, could be mistaken, but it looks to me like, whoops, they haven't pushed very hard on this flank. But they are in the cap. See if we can get some angles on them. Oh, there's a Matilda there, is there? Okay. So where are the enemy? Come on, a little bit further forward. I'm doing assistance damage, not actual damage. Okay, let's go and say hello to these guys along here. Speed is, what was it supposed to be, 60? It's never 60. I quite like the gun though. Quite accurate. All in all. Missed him. I say it's accurate, then I miss it. Oh, bounced off the. Okay, we're gonna have to go down and bruise it out. So I'm pretty sure there's nothing on this side of the river anymore. You bugger, took my kill. Not bothering with the cap just yet. Nice shot. Ow! Taking hits left, right and centre. Ah! And I repaired it just as I died. Oh well, what can you do? Still, that was pretty good. Quite enjoyed that. That gun's pretty accurate. Can we actually get a win here? That would be nice. Finish up the game. Looks like that T-34 is coming racing across the field. So can someone stop him? Stop this guy. He's the one. Ah, they reset it. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. It's going to be a loss. They're too static. And our KV-1, don't know what he's doing. What are you doing over here, Mush? The battle's in the cap, you plonker. Come on. You can do it. No, you can't. It's being hit from behind. You're behind. Never mind. Oh well. Look, you had the same problem I did. Tanks on both sides. It's going to cause you real headache most of the time, and it certainly did there. Still, I quite like that. That was pretty good. 1250 damage. 3 kills. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what we can do credit-wise. What is he doing over here? Come on, hurry up and die, and then we can see what the result was. Well, we tried. Can't say we didn't do a bit there. 3rd class mastery, 5 for effect, big dick. Master gunner, bruiser. Finished top on our team on both damage and XP. 1257 damage and 3 kills. 506 base XP. 17 shots fired, 11 hits, 10 penetrations. The gun's pretty good on that thing. 17 pounder gun is really quite effective. We took 16 hits, 11 which penetrated, 5 didn't. Yeah, you're not going to block much with this thing. What else we got here? 579 assistance damage, 47 base defense points. And the most important thing about any premium is how much do you make out of it. Well, you know, not bad actually. Nearly 36,000 credits after rebuild costs and everything else. Just under 30,000, so that's pretty good. Received bonus for the premium vehicle 987 XP with the premium account, which is pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind this tank at all. We'll try it again, see what we can do. Okay, quick update. This tank does not, it only gets special camo, which is this one, the 2-tone Australian camouflage, for summer. So you get that one for free, but you have to buy, if you want it, the winter camo and the desert camo. It doesn't come with that. So just an update, hadn't realised myself, you do get these 2 emblems, which is interesting. You can see they still haven't implemented the how that's going to change things, but that appears to be something to do with a loader benefit, but we shall see in due course. But yeah, so the camo only applies to the summer, otherwise you have to buy the other 2. Now we've got that clear, we can have another game. Okay, here we are on El Haloof. It's a tier 8 game, so that's as bad as it gets. This is a tier 6 tank and obviously doesn't get preferential matchmaking. Doesn't exist anymore for most new tanks anyway, it doesn't exist. So it will see tier 8 games from time to time. And the thing is that the 17 pounder gun is actually not a bad gun, so it should be okay in principle, but I think you have to play it as a lot more of as a support tank when you're bottom tier like this. So I'm going to whiz along down towards the heavy alley, try and use the gun depression that I have on this thing. You can see the speed that I was doing 54 there, so I think the 60 it's supposedly said in the garage. I would be amazed if it ever got to that kind of speed. And it seems to lose a lot of speed as you go up the hill, so clearly the grunt isn't there, and I'm being pushed as well, which helps. Clearly the grunt isn't there, but on a flat surface it's not bad at all. Don't cut me off, please, don't cut me off. He's going to cut me off. What a knob. He's just cut both of us off. Right. Side shot into an IS-3, nothing. It's frustrating. Super armour of the IS-3, huh? Now there is no artillery, which is something. That wasn't great. I took a shot in the engine, but I took two shots. T-44 and the might have to put some that's better. So I think I'm not going to push that corner. I'm going to see whether I can stop anything that comes through the middle. If anything I'm planning to. There's an IS-6 coming. I do not want to be facing an IS-6. That is not friendly. Damnation. Gun is supposed to be very accurate, but it's not being. Oh, we've got somebody coming around the back. Couldn't deal with him. Could not deal with him. Too much damage on the first pass. So, but you can see the gun depression's great. It's actually not bad. It's got good acceleration to start with. But then, if it's got a slope or anything, it's not so good. You might as well push on, Mr. CDC. You've got a faster reload than he does. Oh well, he's dead. Good. So 6-4. We've got a fair chance on this game. We'll come back when we got the result. So that was another third class mastery. Didn't do that much, but it was still a third class, which is nice. Finished way down the team this time, but still 512 base XP, which is rather useful. Fired 6 shots, 4 hits, 3 penetrations for that 400 damage. Took 3 hits, all 3 penetrated. So your armor's jack shit, really. 25,000 credits, which is nice. Even on that was a pretty pathetic game. Still made 15,000. And that was my first victory. That was my 4th game in this tank. I've had rotten luck. Absolutely rotten. I played some really good games but had rotten luck, so typical my first victory was a pretty poor one. But still came out with 1,766. Let's see if the luck has changed and try again. So Corellia Assault, looks like we're defending, which is good. It's a tier 7 game, which is nice, so not as bad as the last one. We shall see what we can do with this gun. It's the 17-pounder gun is a really nice gun. I'm wondering whether I take the binos off and put gun lane drive, because I have had a lot of, not a lot, but several shots that haven't kind of gone where I expected them to, but we'll see. So I'm going to go down here, and there are 2 enemy artillery, so we need to watch out for them, because I'm not sure this thing will take shots too well. Dog gone crazy. Postman's here. Sure sticks. sit up here. Tunnel in on that spot up the top there. We're going to play support. We are going to play pure and simple support in this game. We don't have to push because we're defending. So we're going to do what we can to hold them before they come around that corner. So that T-34's gone down too far. My shot there went straight into the tracks. I'll reload. That was disappointing. I think that's why I'm going to put a gun lane drive on, because it's just not accurate as I hoped it would be. But the reload's pretty good. You're not going to bounce much in it. I know the DPN's not great, but actually this isn't too bad. Missed it. Darn it. Ow. Okay, so that IS-2 has a bit of a hard-on for me. Let's just see what we can do. We are defending, so they've got to come down, frankly. The way I look at it. They can't win the game by sitting up there. Oh, for goodness sake. Why is my auto-lock not working? Come on, you're dead. You're my bitch. Cute. There's the IS-2. Have to stop his side armour, which is a shame. Oh, that's a bit heavier help. That's good. Changed to premium, but I don't think I really need it. Got 6 minutes that they've got to push. I'm going to help that. They seem to have got the middle covered. Middle, that flank covered. So I'm going to whiz along here, see what we can do. Can we get a shot on that? We can. Where did that one go though? Bounced off his turret. Ooh. That's better. Well, the accuracy at range is not great. Keep missing him. Might have to go balls in on that IS. I was going to, but not anymore, because he's got a friend. But his friend is tracked and in trouble. That's dead. Right, let's go and kill this guy. We can take a shot. and I can outload him. Oh, where is he? Got him. Yes, sir. GG. That was fun. That showed the gun off pretty well. Really showed it off well. So how did we finish up with that one? I've got a couple of third classes. Oh, first class. Okay, good. First class. Duelist, fire for effect. Finished top on the team. 2,000 damage, 2 hits, 2 kills rather, and 995 damage. Blah blah. I'm so excited I can't speak. 2,045 damage, 2 kills, and 995 XP, base XP. 531 shots. Now we were running out of ammo there, weren't we? 19 hits, 14 penetrations for that 2,000 damage. A lot of it was done at range. Took 3 shots in return, only one of which penetrated. We were lucky, I think. That Churchill B came round and bounced a shot for some reason. I'm not sure how. I know their gun is a little bit wayward at times. 548 assistance damage, which is good. 51,000 credits. We fired a bit of premium, but we still made nearly 36,000 credits with a premium count. If it hadn't been premium, that would have been 18,500. And with the bonus for driving a premium tank, we made just shy of 2,000 experience for our crew. Would have been 1,200. So, do you know what? I really like this tank. I'm going to change this equipment. I'm going to put the enhanced gun lane drive in instead, because I think it needs it, and I'm going to chance the fact it hasn't got great visibility anymore. I think as a sort of support tank, it's a really good one. You have to play it a bit like the Firefly, actually. So when you're top tier, you can be a little bit more aggressive. When you're not, you need to hang back and support, and use that gun to good effect, because it's a good gun. £17 a gun, really nice. It's I don't think I did this at the beginning, so apologies. Yeah, so it's 171 penetration with standard rounds, 239 with APCR, which is pretty darn good. 150 base average XP, average damage. Only 38 with the HE, 190 damage with the HE. So not bad at all. I think it's a good tank, and I think for £11, if you're looking for a tier 6 premium for your British medium crews, I think it's not bad for 11 quid. I think it's actually a nice tank. Quite enjoyed playing it. So this has been GamerDom. Hope you enjoyed this. As I say, this was first look, only a first look, because obviously you need to play a lot more games than I have, and I've only played 6 games in this so far, and I've only won 2 of them, but that's more to do with the luck rather than actually performance of the tank. I think genuinely I can only say in 1 game did the tank let me down. The other 5 just weren't great teams and great games, but I've shown 3 of them, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. Really helps, and thanks very much for watching. See you again soon. Enjoy yourselves, have fun. And for those of you going down to Tank Fest, very envious. I wish I was going, maybe next year. And enjoy yourselves, have fun. Remember, that's for real. This is just a game. I'll see you again.